Hello and welcome to today's discussion. My name is Stanley Mwalili. It's always a pleasure to discuss matters that pertain to our lives and especially from a biblical perspective. I'm joined by a distinguished lady today, and I just want to request her to introduce herself.
My name is Kyoya, and I'm happy to be here and to engage in this discussion.
Yes, welcome to today's discussion. Let's just take the immediate parents. For example, you and I, we have children. Now, I'm assuming at our level, me and you, there are values we picked. So, as much as we are in the city, and that's where we brought up our boys, can there be a way we can also pass on the same value? Must they go back to their grandparents for them to get that?
No, not necessarily. As I said, every social change has drivers. So let's come to our context where we got some reasonably good level values which we can pass. So the question is, why are we not passing? Because there are other drivers that are making us, there are other reasons, there are other pushing factors that are making us not pass. And one of them is, again, I've said the current generation is overly, busy. And the pressures that are causing us to be busy is we have to look for income, to pay rent, to pay the school fees for these young kids. Their level of living, standards of living is completely different from what the villagers used to do. I mean, in the village, we never paid rent. We did not buy water. I mean, the only thing possibly we didn't pay for was oxygen. And now the only thing we possibly don't pay, and we do pay oxygen if we go to the hospital. So I don't know what you don't pay we don't pay for in the urban setting. Everything literally you pay for. Now, that pressure to cope with to meet the basic needs of a family literally pushes the parents out of home, and they don't have time. Many times their time is competed for. Let me not say they don't have time, because time is created. There is none of us who doesn't have time. Time is created. But also, again, as I said, and this is a big push for parents, the children have an alternative source of information which they consider superior. You sit down with them and start telling them about the story about your grandfather and what happened. They'll tell you about Google and the internet and stuff. So they are very seriously competing source of information. The human nature grows by feeding on information. Okay. That's a big one we need to know. So the question is, where are these sources of information? So because parents are under pressure, they have unknowingly supplied very serious sources of information in the house. The TV, the internet, all kinds of gadgets. So the kids are feeding themselves with a serious need for information. And as long as you are not there, the child is taking care of themselves. And by the time you come later with that information, it's almost irrelevant.